want you to think about how many people we have that you've run across in our community that have a lot of power, a lot of intelligence, a lot of capability, but they're just scared. And there's a saying that goes in that I've heard in the streets, and it applies directly to finance, where they say scared money don't make no money, and all that. Or another way to say it is nothing ventured, nothing gained. Or a way we say it in finance is, well, higher risk can lead to higher reward. And one of the things that we find out about Black people, because we are so deeply entrenched and deeply invested in the victim mentality sometimes, is that we don't take a lot of risk. So because you don't take a lot of risk, you don't get a lot of reward. And then we don't get a lot of reward. You say it's because I'm Black, when part of it might be because you're Black, but a lot of it's because you didn't take a damn chance. You didn't try. My and everybody's affected by this on one way or another. I met my wife in 1993 in the cafeteria at Indiana University, and I didn't start dating her for many years. And people say, well, why didn't you date her? Then and in my head, I think I told you the story. I'm embarrassed by the story because people make fun of me. They call me a simp when I tell it, but I gotta be honest. I didn't try it because she had so many boys, so many guys wanted to connect with her. I can't compete with Alan Henderson. If you know Alan Henderson, you know this guy was 6'9". He was a star of the basketball team. He was as smart as a medical. He could have been a medical doctor. His dad was a doctor, and he played for the Atlanta Hawks. And he would pick her up from work every day. And my wife just thought he did it because he didn't have nothing else to do. And I said, "What are you talking about? This is insanity. Like, what world do you live in?" And I was like, I don't want to try to compete with that. So you know what? If you ask my wife, well, why didn't you date Boyce back then? She would say, well, because he didn't ask me. He didn't try. And I was kind of, I mean, honest. Let's just be honest though. I don't know if I would have been ready to like meet my wife in my 20s. I'm being quite. Just don't tell her that. But still though, it's like I didn't try. So because I did not try, then I didn't even open the door for the possibility that something's going to happen because she wasn't going to try. She's not. She wasn't raised that way. She was raised to be to let the man kind of do what the man's supposed to do. So even then, it's kind of like I think about life, and there's so many scenarios where you didn't get what you wanted because you didn't even try. You'll never know if you could have succeeded in that business because you were too scared to make a move. Um, and it's up to you to sort of think about what that might be. But literally, I would say that it is my opinion that developing an internal locus of control based on the research is gives you the greatest possibility of being successful. Really committing to the idea that yes, we have racism, yes, we have obstacles, yes, I was born in the projects, yes, I don't have a family that supports me, but what I choose to do is going to be the greatest determinant of my outcomes, not what they choose to do. That gives you the best chance to win. So let's keep going. And don't tell nobody that story about my wife. I'm embarrassed to even repeat that. It makes me sound like a wimp. But anyway, but I ain't no wimp now. I grew out of that. Let's just say that. All right. So let's see. All right. Next is entrepreneurial success and internal control beliefs. Research in entrepreneurship also confirms the same effect. A study of small business owners found that internal locuses of control, meaning an understanding and a belief that my actions determine my outcomes, lead to stronger entrepreneurial competence and better business performance and quality of life. So basically, belief in your personal agency can lead to more initiative, better decision making, stronger persistence, and a greater willingness to take calculated risk. This is what we just talked about. Calculated risk. Like, okay, it might work out, it might not, but and I thought about it. I maybe I prayed about it, and now I'm ready to go down. I'm ready to go make this move, right?